Let's go to Marie, who starts us off in Boston, Massachusetts. Marie, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
Marie, I'm living the dream, and I'm a little fired up today, so I'm ready to help.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great. So I started working for a consultant agency back in 2013, and the first company I was placed at, I was supposed to be there for about a month, and fast forward now, it'll be 7 years that I have been there this October. So a couple of years in, I had asked my agency, I don't really have a lot of contact with them unless I reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I had asked them, for review if I could get an increase, which they did, but it was very small. And then as a consultant, I get a lot of emails and calls from other recruiters with job opportunities. And back in 2017, I went on a couple of interviews and got offered actually 2 positions. So I went back to my agency and let them know. And they basically asked me, what would it take to get you to stay? So I really had a lot of leverage and ended up with a almost $15,000 annual raise.
Wow.
So I kind of feel like now it's been 3 years. I almost feel like, do I even have a right to ever even ask again? How would I go about doing that? And kind of what would I say?
Yeah, so this is an interesting situation because here's what I teach, and I want to apply that to your situation. What I teach people is never to ask directly for a raise because it just rarely works because it just has the effect of putting the leadership that you're taking this to on the defensive.
Right.
And what you want to do is be in a situation where you have an annual review, which we have at Ramsey Solutions. And the annual review is to go over the key responsibility areas, which is a 1-sheet description of what each person here at Ramsey Solutions is being expected to perform well in, right? So it's got this list, and this is what we expect from you. Or we expect these things to be done and done well. And so when you have an annual review process that you can combine with, hey, how can I grow? So in these annual reviews, you're going, where are some areas that I can grow in a positive way? Meaning, if I grow here, it makes me more valuable to the organization. And with more value to the organization comes more responsibility. And with more responsibility, more pay. You see how that works. But we're not framing the conversation in, hey, it's been 3 years, I'd like a raise. Because, so that's what I teach, number one. Now let's lay that over your reality. You went to them with this idea before, and they basically didn't do anything. When you said, hey, can I have a review? Yeah, that's essentially what you were saying, and they didn't do much. Only when you went out and basically, or recruiters came to you, and you had all this leverage because of real job offers, did they then go, oh, what can we do to keep you? So they're not in a very good, healthy leadership space to be talking with you every year going, great job, Marie. We've asked you to do this. You've exceeded this. Thus, we're going to reward you. That's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to believe it's not going to happen.
Right.
So the only way you get another substantial raise is if you got recruiters knocking down your door and you go back and play this leverage game.
Right.
Now, will that work?
Actually,
will that work again? What's your opinion on that? What do you think the chances of that happening just like that or very similar to that?
Well, I actually still do have a lot of leverage because the company I'm working at, the project I'm on, just won another bid for another 6 years. And if I do leave this company, my agency will not be able to replace me with another consultant because they are no longer using that agency. I'm basically the only one left there. They
then
got rid of everybody else.
Okay, so you've got leverage. But here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to use the leverage for just another big bump. I want you to say, I'm crushing it for you guys. Can we not institute a yearly review where I'm up for a raise based on my performance? And you guys are the ones that put the measurables out there, and we agree on the measurables.
Right.
Don't you think that's the better way to go? I'm asking you how you feel about that, as opposed to being in this, gee whiz, here we go, 3 years without a raise, and I got to go back and play this poker game again.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I never hear from them at all. In fact, even since COVID started, I haven't heard from them once. Like, they haven't even checked in.
You know what that tells me?
How are you doing? Are you even alive? Nothing.
You know what that tells me? That tells me you need to be looking to leave.
Yeah.
But now, you didn't call me about that. You said, what do I do to talk raise? I think you use the leverage, but you say, guys, I want a process here. You know,
Right.
I'm crushing it for you. But
But where I am working now, the company is, it's great. Like
yeah, but you're not working for the company. You're working for this
Exactly.
agency.
Right.
I wonder if you don't just say to the company, "Hey, let me shoot straight with you. You guys happy with my performance?" What are they going to say?
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to say if you ask them that?
They would say, yes, definitely, you're doing a great job. And they've told me that in the past when I have reached out to them, just to even ask for feedback. And I've actually asked that, how am I doing? Do you think, how are things going? Have you gotten any feedback from the client?
I just don't know why you wouldn't enter into a what if. What if you work directly for them? What's the benefit for them paying your agency versus them just bringing you on board? I know the answer. They're not paying your benefits and all those other things. And it might be a policy. But anyway, here's my point. I don't want to get in the weeds. What I want you to hear me say is, beyond the strategy of what you need to do now, I want you thinking about the next. And I just want you in a place where you're valued and you've got a ladder that you're looking at all the time, not waiting 3 years to go, oh, exactly. By the way, you guys aware that I'm still alive?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I don't feel valued, and I kind of feel like, I'm as high as I'm going to go with where I am right now.
What do you do? And are you considered executive level or junior executive level, even though you're a consultant?
I'm a senior financial analyst.
Okay. And so so you've got recruiters coming to you because you've already proven you're very impressive in the marketplace. They're hunting you down.
Yeah.
Well, even though you leveraged those opportunities 3 years ago, were any of those opportunities attractive to you? Or were they just, but I can use them as leverage?
They were. They had pros and cons. And at that time, I was at a place in my life where I needed flexibility. And starting a new job, it would be difficult to get that.
I get
where I am now, I can I almost kind of work on my own. And it wasn't a good, it wouldn't have been best at that time.
Yeah. Well, good for you. Marie, you know how much you're worth. You know you matter. I'm on Team Marie. I want you making a really good decision to where you go to a place where they go, Marie's a stinking rock star. She's got no limits to what she can do. And I want people to see you that way. And there are companies that will see you that way. So I think you start finding those and you tell these other folks, I'm out. That's what I think.
Right. Yeah.
But take your time with it. You're not in a rush. But let's go find some better options. Let's call those recruiters back.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. It's all on you. You got this. It's time for you to say goodbye. It's time. Go where somebody loves you.